Hello family, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, the Dividend Passport Bro, back with another video. Guys, as always, I'd like to say thanks to all of our new subscribers. Thanks to all the guys who watch the channel, who like the videos and sharing the content. I appreciate that. Today was a very interesting day in the market. At one point today, I woke up, my portfolio was up by $6,000. Then I started watching the news, right? Listening to Trump's speech. And as the reporters asking Trump questions, my portfolio is dropping. And I got to some point, I said, okay, you know what? I had enough. I turned it off. I walked away from the computer. I went and took a nap or whatever I did. I don't remember now, right? And I came back probably about an hour later. My portfolio was down, but not down like normally down $4,000 or $5,000. No, it was down a couple of $100. And I was like, okay, well, it's not too bad, right? And I sat there for a second. I was like, man, this is real, you know? I know all the stuff going on in the Middle East and all this other stuff, right? Oil prices high. Our president is over there talking bad about, you know, some of his people in his cabinet, right, on foreign television, right? NATO, right? NATO's not American stuff. That's Europe, right? But anyway, push come to shove, we made it past today, right? Another positive day, even though we didn't get another $7,000-8,000 gain, you know, but any gain is good for the portfolio because it helps with our margins. Like I said, I'm a dividend investor. I'm a buy and hold investor, so I'm not a day trader that I'm buying and selling and doing all this stuff every day. No, that's not how it works. We buy and hold, and we live off the dividends. That pretty much it. It's simple, boring stuff. Okay, guys. So with that said, remember, I'm just a 52-year-old man that makes videos on my portfolio and my portfolio alone. So do not take this as financial advice, okay? If you do, you do at your own free risk, okay? This is not financial advice, okay, guys? So let's get down to business, all right? So I already saying, you know, the day, believe me, guys, everything was green today. This morning, I should have taken a picture of it, right? When I logged in this morning, it was green. But at the end of the day, Apple, Microsoft, JPM, Google, Nvidia, and to name a few are green, okay? But like I say, at the end of the day, we did good. My portfolio survived the craziness, okay? And we still in the green. Now, Bitcoin, right? I'm not sure if it was yesterday or this morning. I think it was yesterday. At some point yesterday, Bitcoin, I think, was like $110,000, if I'm not mistaken. Just got a notification on my phone, right? And I was like, oh man, this is amazing, right? But you know, Bitcoin, it goes up and down. But even at $107,000, that is still crazy, and that market cap is just going ballistic. Okay, we're gonna take a look at that on the other app in a second, okay? But you know, what can I say, man? If you for these guys, these Bitcoin millionaires, you know what? You guys are doing big things, okay? You guys are doing big things. You know, we watch all these, like, you know, futuristic movies and stuff where they have to pay with all these little cards and stuff like that. This digital currency, this is what it's going to, right? Or we have to pay everything in digital currency. Now, you know, I don't want to be left behind the 8-ball, but you know, we will have to use our dollars to buy digital currency. But guys, I'm just talking, okay? I'm an old man. Don't listen to me. I don't know nothing, okay? All right. See, Bitcoin, the thing is just getting big. It's like a fat man, a buffet, right? Yesterday there was 2.12, 2.12. Today is 2.14. All right. That was the market cap, and today they did $33 billion. $33 billion in volume. $33 billion in volume. Gosh, this is freaking ridiculous, y'all. Somebody tell me I'm looking at that number wrong, because I'm not, okay? And people say, yeah, it's a scam, it's a scam. I'm not into that stuff, it's a scam. Guys, it's still being adopted by all the banks and all these other people, and people still saying it's a scam. So I don't know, boy. I don't know. We're not even gonna look at my boys today because I can't even find my little coin on this thing here. It's so little now. You can't even find it. We have to go down and look for it and see, right? We're way down here. You know, this thing still did 104 million in volume. Still crazy. 104 million, right? I'm still trying to get to the second million, and it's been a tough thing. You know, this is a saying, right? They say your net worth is supposed to double every 7 years. Okay. It's been a little bit. It's been a year, right? It's been a year, almost a year, since I became a millionaire, right? But I don't think it's gonna take another 7 years before I can double that number. I don't think that, right? I'm thinking maybe in half the time or a third of the time, right? Maybe in 2 years. I don't think, yeah, maybe in 2 years. I think maybe in 2 years I should be able to double that number, right? If everything's considered, right? Yeah, maybe two to 3 years I should be able to double that number instead of 7 years. In 7 years, we should be able to, you know, do that 2-3 times. But this is not what this is about. I'm just throwing something out there because I was thinking out of my, I was just thinking like with these things here, you know, crypto, right? Now, if I become a crypto millionaire, of course, that number was just gonna skyrocket. Okay, my little baby portfolio, right, $1,600. We still got like $29 to invest. So the market was down, but it wasn't down enough for me to buy anything. These $29, I got some places I can put it in. I still got some stuff that is not a full share, right? And then I need to go back in and reevaluate my portfolio. There are some positions in here that I am going to be getting rid of. Not because they're bad, but because I need to trim down the number of positions that I have. I need to make sure I only have about 50 in here. So, because this portfolio is not my play talk portfolio. This portfolio is primarily for my daughter's tuition. So I need to get back to work, adding more funds in here, so it can get to where it can stop paying back her tuition, since I transferred that money into the other portfolio. My Fidelity portfolio. So for now, I need to streamline this portfolio, to where it's going to start making us some money to pay tuition. Now, keep in mind, if it's making money to pay tuition, and once the tuition is paid, everything else is still my money. So I'm just not taking my money and say, okay, let's go school. I'm paying the school, then that's it, right? Because once you pay the school, guess what? The school got that money. There's no return for me. But if I put it into the market, if we get a return and pay the school, I still got my principal still sitting down there making me money. Okay, guys? I'm not that smart. This old guy. I just think outside the box sometimes. Okay? So, but as you can see, we got a little money in there. I didn't buy nothing today either. I'm still recuperating. I'm feeling a little better. Somebody was complaining about the audio in one of the videos. The recent videos I did when I was sick. Guys, it is what it is. If the audio is bad, you know what? I'm sorry, but there's only so much I can do. Okay? Now, if you see in the video that I'm sick and making a video, and you feel bad about the audio, then it is what it is. I can't do nothing about that. Okay? You should be saying, "Oh man, I'm sorry you don't feel good, but the audio is not that bad, the best, but I can understand why, right? I do make videos that the audio is bad sometimes, not intentional, but sometimes it is what it is. I cannot control that. Okay, guys. So, but with that said, you can see in here the portfolio, even though on the day that the market was like crazy, right? Look at our portfolio is still 8%, almost a percentage up, right? On a day where a lot of people are down in the market, $88.06, 0.73%, so 0.73% up. That's not bad. That's good. Okay. So let's look at our big ball portfolio. You can see we still have gains, right? So the gains today, $1,000. I think it's horrible, right? I was hoping we're going to end the day with about 7, 8, right, to make up for some of the losses we have in previous weeks. But it is what it is. You take what you get, what the market give you, and we keep moving on, right? Because like I said, we are not day traders, we are dividend investors, and we do buy when the market is down. But as for me right now, I'm building back up my buffer and my margins. So of course, buying in my big boy portfolio is something that have to be calculated. So, but with that said, and also the income came in today, right? Coney and what two things I have? Coney and Alti. It's going to be paying on Friday. And I mean, the bottom line is I don't have a lot of income coming in, and we're going to be way under that $10,000 or $8,000 I was saying. We might do half of that, but still, you know, this is the first time in a long time we'll be doing under 30 grand in a month. So I mean, it's something to pay attention to. And then in the upcoming months, we'll see how things go, right? Because like I said, I'm not spending a lot of money back into the portfolio, right? I'm not buying positions, right? The dividend is just sitting in there, paying down the margins, right? And I am using some of the money to pay for bills and stuff. So it's still not bad, right? As we continue to build up our buffer and pay down the balance in the margins. Okay, so this tracker says we got estimated $453,000 coming into the portfolio and 94 cents. Income wise, we at 30 something, but it should be like 20 something when it's all said and done. But we're gonna see, right, when we do all the calculation. It's like 32 right now. So we're gonna see when I do the calculation on Saturday, how much money coming into the portfolio, and I will go back and update the calculation from the previous week because I might have missed a few. So I'm gonna go back and make sure I check those to make sure that we didn't miss anything coming into the portfolio. And future value, my pleasure point, right? My happy place is we're still looking at 10 years. 10 years is so far away, right? In 10 years I'll be 62 years old. That's a long time, right? I'm 52 right now. In 10 years I'll be saying, guys, I'm just making a video about myself. I'm 62 years old. In 10 years. And I'll be a multi-millionaire. Per this thing, I'll have $20-some million, right? In 10 years. That's crazy. But hopefully, by that time, right, we will have this thing built out to where we have other people doing these videos, right? Yeah, you know, it's a community. I just don't want to be the one doing it. I tell you guys that all the time. But you know, I think I have 1 or 2 people that reach out, but don't want to do a consistent basis. They just want to talk about the channel. Talk about the portfolio. So, but we're gonna get to that point. I think it's gonna be interesting twist to share with other people that, hey, you know, I'm not the one who's making a couple of dollars. There's a lot of other people out there that are making money, and even though it's risky, but I mean, anything is possible, you know. Like, you only live once, and then you're gone. And then what you got to show for it? Nothing, right? So you might as well enjoy life, help your family the best way you can, and build something for them. Okay? So with that said, guys, remember, this is not financial advice. Another day that we made it through, right? And looking forward to Friday income, and then doing our income review on Saturday. Hopefully, I won't be looking like this guy here with the stuff in my tissue. And I'm still sounding bad, but I feel good right now in here with no air condition, no fan, nothing. So it's hot and all get out, but I'm here doing this for you guys. Okay. So with that said, we're gonna do this again tomorrow. I love you guys. Stay blessed. Peace out.